What if I told you the secret to a longer life isn't locked away in your family tree? So many of us think our fate was sealed the day we were born, that it's all in our genes. But what if science is telling a different, much more exciting story? It turns out, genetics play a much smaller role than we once believed. The real power to live not just a longer life, but a healthier, more vibrant one, is hidden in the simple choices you make every single day. It's easy to feel like the years after 60 are just about managing decline. Maybe your most energetic years feel like they're in the rearview mirror. Maybe you've accepted aches and pains as the new normal, or you believe it's just too late to make a real difference in your health. But what if that's a myth? What if you could add a decade or more of healthy, joyful years to your life, starting right now, no matter what you did in your 30s, 40s, or 50s? In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on the science of longevity. We're not talking about complicated treatments or impossible diets. We're focusing on 4 fundamental pillars of your daily life that you have almost complete control over. These are the science-backed secrets that can change your health span. That's the number of years you live in good health, and empower you to write a new, longer, and more exciting chapter for your life. Section 1, The Foundation, Your Daily Plate. Let's bust a huge myth right off the bat: it's too late to change my eating habits. The damage is done. This belief keeps so many people stuck. But the science on this is incredibly hopeful. In fact, studies show that making dietary changes even at age 60 can add around 8 years to your lifespan. And if you've ever smoked, quitting in your 60s can still add years back to your life. It is never, ever too late. Look at communities in the blue zones, where people live exceptionally long, healthy lives. The Seventh-day Adventists in California, for example, live on average nearly a decade longer than other Americans. A huge reason for this is their lifestyle, centered on a mostly plant-based diet. They focus on fruits, vegetables, nuts, and whole grains, and limit processed foods and meats. This doesn't mean you have to become a strict vegetarian overnight. The key is a simple, sustainable shift. Don't think about what to take away, think about what you can add. Can you add one more serving of vegetables to your dinner? Can you swap a processed snack for a handful of nuts? Here's your first actionable step: make one simple swap this week. Instead of white bread, try 100% whole grain. Instead of a sugary soda, try sparkling water with lemon. Instead of a processed frozen dinner, try a simple meal of baked fish with steamed vegetables and brown rice. Legumes like beans and lentils, whole grains, and nuts are especially powerful. Focusing on adding these life-extending foods makes the process feel abundant and positive, not restrictive. Your body has an incredible ability to heal. The food you put on your plate today builds a healthier you for tomorrow. Section 2, The Engine of Youth, Movement. Now for our second pillar, movement. Here's the myth: exercise after 60 should be slow and gentle. Anything more is too risky. While you should always be safe, the idea that older adults should avoid vigorous activity is holding so many people back. Gentle walking is great, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. Scientific guidelines for adults over 65 recommend at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise a week. That's just over 20 minutes a day. And research shows that even just 15 minutes of exercise per day can add up to 3 years to your life. Your routine should ideally include 3 things: cardio to keep your heart strong, strength training to maintain muscle and bone, and flexibility or balance work to prevent falls. Strength training is especially critical. We naturally lose muscle mass as we age, which leads to frailty and a higher risk of injury. Lifting weights, even light ones, or using resistance bands directly combats this. Strong muscles make everything easier, from getting out of a chair to carrying groceries. So, what's the actionable step? Find joy in movement. Exercise shouldn't feel like a punishment. If you hate the gym, don't go. Love music? Dance in your living room. Enjoy nature? Go for a brisk walk. Activities like swimming, tai chi, pickleball, and even vigorous gardening all count. The best exercise is the one you'll actually do. Start today. Go for a 15-minute walk. Do a few simple bodyweight squats while your coffee brews. You're sending a powerful signal to your body that you are not slowing down. You are building an engine of youth that will carry you for years to come. Section 3, The Unseen Architect, Your Mindset. The third pillar might be the most powerful of all: your mindset. The myth we have to bust is that feeling old is just a natural part of getting older. We hear it all the time: I'm having a senior moment. But a growing body of research shows your beliefs about aging can directly impact your health and longevity. One groundbreaking study found that people with a positive attitude about aging had a 43% lower risk of dying from any cause over a 4-year period compared to those who were the least satisfied. Think about that. A positive attitude can have a more significant impact on survival than low cholesterol or blood pressure. People who hold positive views about aging are more likely to recover from illness, have better cognitive function, and even live longer. Negative stereotypes about aging can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your mind and body are intricately connected. Embracing aging as a time of wisdom and growth sends a very different signal to your body than resigning yourself to decline. So, how do you change a mindset? The actionable step is to practice age gratitude. Instead of focusing on what you can't do, actively focus on what you can do now that you couldn't when you were younger. You have a lifetime of wisdom and more patience. Each day, take a moment to acknowledge one benefit of your current age. Maybe it's the time to read a book, the confidence to speak your mind, or the joy of seeing your family grow. Reframe your internal language. Instead of saying, "I'm getting old," try, "I'm accumulating experience." Look for role models who are thriving in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. Your perception of aging isn't just a mood booster, it's a powerful tool for building a longer, healthier life. Section 4, the Lifeline, Connection and Purpose. This brings us to our final pillar, connection and purpose. Let's dispel the myth that my life is supposed to be quieter now. It's normal to become more isolated. As life changes, it can be easy to drift away from social circles. But research overwhelmingly shows this is one of the most dangerous things for our health. The Harvard study of adult development, one of the longest-running health studies in history, followed its participants for over 80 years. Its most important conclusion was that the quality of our relationships is the single greatest predictor of our long-term health and happiness. Strong social connections are as vital to longevity as diet and exercise. Loneliness and social isolation increase the risk of premature death by up to 29% and are linked to a higher risk of heart disease, stroke, and dementia. Hand in hand with connection is purpose. Having a reason to get out of bed is a powerful health driver. Research shows that a strong sense of purpose can reduce mortality risk and is associated with better cognitive health. Purpose gives you a why, which motivates all the other healthy habits we've talked about. Your actionable step is to actively cultivate both. This doesn't mean you need a packed social calendar. Think about one thing you can do this week to strengthen a connection. Call an old friend. Plan a lunch with a family member. Or, combine connection with purpose by contributing to your community. Volunteer for a cause you believe in. Mentor someone younger. Join a club or a class. These activities connect you with like-minded people and reinforce that you are a valuable, contributing member of society. So there you have it. The 4 pillars to adding 10 healthy years to your life after 60, nourishing your body, moving with joy, cultivating a positive mindset, and nurturing your connections and purpose. Notice that none of these require a winning genetic lottery ticket. They are choices. They are habits. They are daily practices that, when woven together, create a powerful tapestry of longevity. It's not about a dramatic, overnight transformation. It's about the small, consistent steps you take day after day. One healthy meal, one 15-minute walk, one moment of gratitude, one phone call to a friend. These are the things that add up. The journey after 60 is not an epilogue, it's a whole new volume waiting to be written. You are the author. Your daily choices are the pen. The goal isn't just to add more years to your life, but to add more vibrant, joyful life to your years. What is one small change you plan to make this week? Share it in the comments below. Your story could be the inspiration someone else needs. And for more science-backed strategies to thrive, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching.